Hello everyone, and thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. My name is Daryl Hogue, and today in this video I'm going to share with you how I have lost approximately 130 pounds over the past year. First of all, I want to let you know I am not a doctor. I am not a medical professional of any kind. I am just an average guy like all of you who set a goal and decided that I was going to lose some weight, and I have done just that. And so today I want to share with you how I have done it and how you can make changes and lose some weight as well. So my story begins when I was probably about the 4th grade. That's when I last remember being a young, skinny, active kid. I went to school, I enjoyed recess, I played baseball, played outside with friends after school, in the evenings, on the weekends, etc. But from there on, I know that I started to gain weight. So 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, I went from young skinny kid to all of a sudden I'm now wearing Husky jeans from JCPenney's, if any of you remember those. I do. I wore them for quite a while. Started to gain some weight. I still enjoyed playtime, recess and all of those activities, but I also enjoyed eating, I guess, because I know I went from young skinny kid to chubbier version of me. So, going into even teenage years, young adulthood, etc., I played softball as a young adult. I was doing taekwondo, but I still enjoyed my eating. I'm sure I ate things that I should not have, and I just continued to put on weight and put on weight and put on the weight. So we'll fast forward a little bit. 2010, January 1 of 2010, I was at 250 pounds, and I remember at that time I decided I was gonna try to lose some weight. And over the course of that year, from January 1 to mid-October, I lost 87 pounds, felt great. It was a huge change. I dropped down to approximately 163 pounds was the lowest that I got. And then I kept it at about 170 for a couple of years until, as probably a lot of you know of, the stresses of life hit in a pretty good way. And it wasn't long. Not only had I gained all the weight back that I had lost, unfortunately, I added on even more weight. And so from then, probably 2012, 13-ish, up until last year, I was a big guy. Going forward to last year, May of 2018, was the point again where I decided I'm going to make a change. And what motivated me at that point was, I'm excited to share with you, my wife and I became grandparents with the birth of our first grandchild. Our grandson was born May 16th, 2018. His name is Owen Daryl Hogue, named after Pop Pop, of course, and I couldn't be more proud. That excites me. Owen became my source of motivation. At that point, I decided, I need to lose weight for this little guy. And it wasn't long after he was born, a few days later actually, his mommy and daddy and him were visiting our house. And while they were there for that visit, I took Owen outside and we took a short walk around the neighborhood. And while we're walking, I had a little chat with him, we'll say. He listened, I did all the talking, but we chatted. And I told Owen, I said, little buddy, Pop Pop knows that he needs to lose some weight. He needs to be a healthier, happier Pop Pop for you, so that when we want to do the things that a grandpap should do with his grandson, we'll be able to do them together. Whether it's chasing him around Walt Disney World at the parks, if it's going to a zoo, if it's enjoying, playing baseball, whatever it is that we do, that he wants to do, I knew that I needed to be able to do those things. And at that point, I wouldn't have been able to. And if I kept going the way I was, it would have only gotten worse. So Owen became my motivation. Owen, you were, you are, you will forever be one of my biggest motivators to not only have lost the weight that I have lost, but to continue in this journey. I cannot thank you enough. You coming into this world has forever changed my life. Of course, you know, my wife, our daughter, our son, our daughter-in-law, my parents, my siblings, extended family, all of those individuals, they motivate me as well. But when Owen was born, that is what prompted me to want to lose that weight. And so, you know, he'll forever be a blessing. I'm forever grateful to him. So he was born on May the 16th. I happened to have just recently started a new job at that time. I was in training, and May 29th would have been my first day on the job. And so at that point I decided, you know what, I'm going to lose this weight. May the 29th, when I started that new position, I decided that would be day one of my journey. So even after he was born, you know, for those couple weeks up until that point, I started to slowly make changes. But on May 29th, it was all in. I'm going full forward. I'm doing this. I'm losing the weight. So that day, I woke up. I took about roughly a 30-minute walk that morning before I went to work. And then I started that day, and I still do it today, faithfully every day at work. At our job, I get a morning break for 15 minutes. I get an afternoon break for 15 minutes. And I decided on those breaks, I'm going to walk. I just simply started to walk. I turned on some music, popped in my AirPods, and I took off for a walk. So, you know, it would be about a 10, 12-minute walk maybe, but I did it faithfully in the morning break, during my morning break, and then during my afternoon break. I did it every day. I still do it today. Some days I would walk before work. Some days I would walk in the evenings, not always regularly, but I faithfully did those walks during my work day, every day. My first week, not only was I walking, but of course then I started making healthier eating choices. I started using a free mobile app. You can find it in the mobile app store if you're using an iPhone or an Android phone. You want to look for Lose It is the free app that I use. There's a free version. There's a paid version. I began using the free version. I still use it today. Every day I faithfully track my eating and my exercises. But you can look for Lose It, or there are a bazillion of them out there. I'm sure you can choose whatever works for you. But I started tracking my eating, my workouts, and if you want to call them workouts, I was just simply walking, and my weight. When you first sign up for the app, it's going to ask you to fill in some information. You'll put in your age, your current weight, you know, your goal weight, where you want to be, and so on. And then it will work its magic. It'll calculate for you, and you'll know how many calories you should have each day. I wasn't always, you know, within my limits using the app. I will tell you, there were many days that I did well. There were days that I went over. But it did not matter. From that day on, even up until today, I faithfully track if I have a good day or a bad day. Because I want to be able to look back, going forward, I can look back and realize, you know, if I had a bad week or if I messed up, I can see what happened and why, and then I can learn from that. So I would encourage you to do the same. So I started tracking, I started walking. In that first week, I lost 10 pounds. Now I will tell you, initially, you're going to lose some weight quick because it's water weight and so on. You know, we all probably know that. But even so, 10 pounds my first week, I was super excited. I decided if I can do that in a week, I'm going to aim for 100 in a year. And so that became my goal. Now, I would track, I would track regularly every day. I would kind of set myself monthly goals along the way, keeping in mind that I had aimed for 100 pounds in that first year because of how well I did there at the beginning. If we fast forward a little bit, February of 2019 came, and approximately mid-February, I hit my 100-pound mark. Could not believe it. Felt like a new man. I looked different. I felt different. I was feeling great. Sometimes I would look in the mirror just to remind myself, you know, that really was me, because there are days today when I still feel like I weigh 300 pounds. I still feel like that guy. And I have to remind myself, no, you have come a long way, you've worked hard, and keep it up. And so I do. So again, 100 pounds, I hit that mark in February. I decided, you know what, I'm going to keep going. So as Owen's first birthday approached, coming up May 16th of this year, I had hit 110 at that point. I was getting closer to 120. I decided by his birthday I wanted to have lost 120 pounds. 4 days prior to that is where I hit that mark. And, so again, super exciting. Can't tell you how excited I was. I just felt great, looked great. 120 pounds in a year. Now I say 120 because May 29th when I started, I was 291 that day. When I decided to lose weight, I was probably closer to, if not at, the 300 pound mark. So 120, 130 roughly, we can approximate, but that's what I have accomplished in that time period. Even now, I have dropped a few, although I'm not trying any longer at this point. I maintain. I'm still being very careful with what I eat. I'm walking faithfully, but at this point, I don't have the desire to drop anymore. So if I go down a few and up a few, that's okay. Today I weigh 166 pounds. I'm going to aim to stay about the 170 pound mark, probably. But to think that I started at 300 pounds roughly, and today I'm at 166 pounds. It's unimaginable. I just can't tell you the difference that I feel. I mean, I can tell you I feel great. It's amazing. I feel like, I'm sorry, but I look good when I look in the mirror. I feel good. There are still days when I can't believe it. But if I can do it, again, I want to encourage you. If I can do that, you can do it as well. I didn't take any pills. I did not sign up for any gym memberships. I do not buy this particular product or that particular drink because of, commercials or what somebody is selling. I did not spend a dime, and that's where I am at today. Now, as well, not only have I lost some weight, but I'm excited to tell you, super excited to say that my wife, while she would get very irritated with me at the beginning because I started measuring things and, there were meals that I would say, no, I can't have that, or no, I don't want to go out to eat over there. I'm not going to find anything there that I can eat. She would get a little irritated at me, but a couple months later, she joined me. Today, she has dropped, as of just the other day, she has lost 90 pounds. Our daughter, who was trying to lose weight even before I started, and then, joined in with us in a more serious way when we all were once again journeying together, she has now lost 85 pounds. As a family, we are now over 300 pounds lost over the past year. If we can do this, again, friends, you can do this too. So what did I do? Again, I did it. We all three now do it. We track everything that we eat in our Lose It app. We very carefully pay attention to nutrition labels, serving sizes. We measure out things when necessary. We're very careful with our out-to-eat choices. We do not eat any fast food. I will tell you that. I wasn't eating fast food even before trying to lose weight, just because I don't like the fact that everything is processed today. It's full of sodium and so on. We don't eat fast food. The only place we eat at, if you want to call it fast food, is Chick-fil-A. Hashtag Chick-fil-A. I got to give them my support. We will eat there. To me, it's just better quality food than what you're going to find at your other fast food locations. Rarely do we eat there, but we will eat there and treat ourselves. We do eat out. We will still eat out at our favorite restaurants. One in particular is the Olive Garden. Again, hashtag Olive Garden. Got to give them credit. But we're very careful with the choices that we make, even while eating out at a place like that. In future videos, I will share with you meal ideas, what we will eat for this meal at this particular restaurant rather than choosing perhaps this item. We'll go over some of that. I'm going to give you ideas of, drink this instead of that. Try eating this instead of that. We'll give you a lot of tips in future videos. Today I want to encourage you by giving you a few tips as we come to a close of this particular video. I would say initially you need to find your motivation. I shared with you our grandson Owen was and continues to be my motivation. It's just amazing the way that he changed my life. And at this point he's roughly 14 months or so. He can't understand yet if I talk to him and would want to tell him that, but eventually I will share that with him, just how much he impacted Pop's life. And it's amazing, it's incredible. I'm super excited. I'm forever grateful to him. So find your motivation. What is it that motivates you? For me, it's Owen, it's my family, my wife, my daughter, again, our son, his wife, my parents, my siblings, extended family. They motivate me, they encourage me, and I want to be an encouragement for them as well. So find your motivation. Next, you've got to track. I would highly encourage you to track what you're eating and track your activity. It'll help you to see, just what do I take in, because a lot of times we don't realize the calories that we may take in a day, in a week, in a month. I would encourage you to start tracking along your journey. Track your exercises, your workouts. For me, all I have done pretty much from the beginning is walking. Now at this point, I'm trying to tone up a little bit, so I will do some stomach crunches daily. I try to do some push-ups here and there, not always. I do some planking once in a while. If you know what that is, I do a 1-minute plank each day. I just do maybe 10 push-ups, a plank, and stomach crunches. That's it. Nothing crazy, but little things, little changes will help you in a big way, and you will see that, I guarantee it. So track your food, track your exercises, and then next I would say, you got to move. You got to get out there and move. Whatever you're going to do. For me, I walked. If you like to walk, I would encourage you go walk. You don't have to walk 3 hours a day. A short walk here and there is all it takes. As long as you stay focused on your eating as well your walking, you're going to make great changes. I guarantee it. If you like the water, get in the water, do some water aerobics. Very low impact on your body, but yet it's still going to benefit you. Whatever it is that you like to do, if you like to ride a bicycle, you want to walk, you want to do the water exercises, whatever you want to do, I would just encourage you, get out there and move. So, you want to track your exercises, and you want to make sure that you are regularly doing some type of exercise. And then I would say set short-term goals. For me, I lost 10 pounds that first week, so I made a goal. I reached out, I said I'm going to lose 100 in a year. But along my journey, I have set those monthly smaller goals in order to hit the bigger goal, and I would encourage you to do the same. Set those small goals, and then reward yourself when you reach those goals. Now, don't reward yourself by eating a banana split, but maybe do something that does not involve food. So, ladies, you want to get your nails done. Gentlemen, you want to go buy a new shirt or something for around the house. Whatever. Reward yourself. And share those results with people. They'll encourage you. You can be an encouragement to them. So, again, I didn't do anything crazy. I guarantee you I have not spent a dime in order to lose the weight. My wife, our daughter, myself, none of us have spent any money. We are just very carefully watching what we eat, and we are getting our daily exercise, which has been, for the most part, walking. I will tell you, my wife has been doing for a couple months Tai Chi. Very soft, slow movements, but yet they are toning her body. They build your muscles. I would definitely encourage Tai Chi. Maybe you're not able to get out and walk. You couldn't think of running because maybe you can't even walk. Maybe you have issues right now with your knees, your ankles, what have you, whatever the case. In that case, find something that you can do. There are exercises you can do even sitting in a chair. So Tai Chi, if you want to do that, whatever it is, I just encourage you to find something to do. As we wrap it up, I will tell you, again, we have done it. We are still on that journey. I'm pretty much where I need to be. My wife and daughter, they are still reaching for goals, and they will reach those goals, I have no doubt. And we encourage each other each and every day. My goal now is to encourage people like you. Again, thank you so much for visiting my channel. And if there's any way that I can be an encouragement, a help to you, reach out to me. My contact information is provided. You can definitely reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to answer comments, give you more information, whatever I can do. You can find us on Facebook. I've put my personal Facebook on the channel. I want to be real with you, as real as I can be. So watch my Facebook. You're going to see me bragging about my wife and daughter a lot. I love my family. You'll see lots of posts about Owen, our son and his wife. I love family. But I want to be real with you so you can see, if this guy can do this, then I can do this. Just yesterday we were out to eat. Last night we ended the evening with ice cream cones again at Chick-fil-A. So I still do things, but I'm just very careful, and I keep track, and I watch. So I encourage you, if we can do this, you can do this too. So in closing today, I will remind you again, like I said, you're going to hear me say this, throughout my videos, but all of us have a story. Don't let today be the end of your story, but instead make it the beginning of the best chapter of your life. Be blessed, friends. Thank you again for visiting my channel. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it'll help and encourage you. Bye now.